Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Brian Henniger. Can I guarantee somebody's going to win $1 million tonight? Well, of course I can't. But if it did happen, could you live with yourself knowing you could have seen it, but you missed it? I didn't think so. Why take the chance? Join us tonight on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire?
Live from Novalis Entertainment Studios in virtual paradise, this is Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? Please welcome your host, Brian Henniger.
And a very, very, very good evening to all of our people out there tonight. I'm your host, Brian Henniger. Welcome to week number 9 of Who Wants to Be a Millionaire on Skype. It is our penultimate week of Millionaire. Aww. Unfortunately, but you know what? We have 2 great players lined up for tonight and hopefully a lot more money. If you missed us last week was a barn burner. Miss Jessica Brand became our second ever $1 million winner of the season. But you know me, once I do that kind of thing, I want to do it even more often. So we're just going to do it again, hopefully. And let's meet our first contestant for the evening. And you know him. He is the very definition of the phrase, a millionaire all-star from Brooklyn, New York, Mr. Jason Block.
Hey, how are you?
Jason, if I was any better, I would be twins. I'm too blessed to be stressed. Great to have you joining us here on the set today.
Finally get a chance to be here because I know. Timing finally worked out.
Timing did finally work out. We're grateful that you are joining us as always. Now, I know you. I'm sure anyone who watched Millionaire back in the 90s knows you. But in case they don't, tell us real quickly who you are and what you do and where you're from.
I am 51 years old. I am from Brooklyn, New York. My name is Jason Block, of course, and I was a $125,000 winner on the original version of Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. It will be 20 years ago this coming January. It's crazy.
Wow. And you became something of a celebrity as a result because you got to be on the Rosie O'Donnell show. You've been back on.
Yeah.
He was. He also was a contestant on Jeopardy.
The Millionaire actually allowed me to be on Jeopardy the next year, and I was a 4-day champion. Won $36,701 there, and. It was a pretty wild ride.
Well, it was a very wild ride, and I got to say this to you. I've known Jason very, very long. He's a very close, dear friend of mine. And you know what, Jason? We've had you here before. I'd love to see you win it. Now, you won $125,000 last time. Let's see if you win $1 million this time on our show. Are you ready to play this game?
I am so ready. Like I said, I practice every day. Let's go for it. Let's do this.
Let's do it. Well, you know the rules of this game by now. You know the lifelines. You are 15 questions away from winning $1 million. And one quick question to ask you before we get started. Who is going to be your plus one for today?
Of course, it's going to be the $1 million winner, Jess Brand.
Thanks, Jason.
All right. So if you're ready, I'm ready. Hopefully you're ready. Let's not waste any further time. Let's play Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? All right, Mr. Block, for $100, here's question number 1 of 15. Look at the screen. Here we go. The famous opening of A Tale of Two Cities by Charles Dickens begins, "It was the best of times. It was..." What? The least of times, the worst of times, the smallest of times, a real bummer.
I wish he would have written D because it would have made it more relatable. But the answer is B, and I'll make that my final answer.
And for you, Jason, this is becoming the best of times. You just $100. Good job, sir.
Thank you. 1
down, 14 to go. Here's number 2. What key on a standard computer keyboard would you press to type a sentence like this?
Very good.
Scroll lock, num lock, caps lock, screen lock.
It's too loud to scream. It's too late in the evening to scream like that, but it's C, caps lock, and I'll make that my final answer.
Good for $200. Well done. Sorry, neighbors. Sorry about that. Question number 3 coming up. Here it comes. With which genre of literature is the author Anne Rice most closely associated? Horror, young adult drama, comedy, political analysis.
She has not done young adult drama and political analysis, not really. She's not a comedian by any stretch of the imagination, so with a book that's called Interview with the Vampire, great movie, by the way, the answer is A, horror, final answer.
Jason Block, you are scary good. You just won $300. Good job. And you're right, it was Interview with a Vampire. Question number 4 now for $500, good sir. Here it comes. What online shopping website hosts an annual sales event called Prime Day? Is it eBay, Teespring, Amazon, Newegg?
This should be also called Make My Credit Limit Go Bang Day, actually. It's C, Amazon, final answer.
And it just happened a few days ago. You just won $500. Well done.
Yeah, it did.
And we draw these questions at random every week, so it just happenstance that they came up. All right. This is the last point, Mr. Block, where you could leave us with nothing. I'm sure it won't happen. Have a look now. Question number 5 for a guarantee of $1,000. Here it is.
Okay.
What was the subtitle of the last film in the Marvel Avengers series released in 2019? Endgame, Conclusion, Finality, Apocalypse.
I could say something, but if anybody hasn't seen the movie by now, which I haven't, but I do know some of the spoilers, but I don't want to do that. Well, congratulations to Avengers Endgame of being the highest grossing movie of all time. A, final answer.
And you just won $1,000. Good job, sir. Yep, has grossed $2.8 billion at the box office, according to IMDb.
Well, they just literally announced today at Comic-Con that it topped Avatar. Literally today. How do you like that?
That is. How you like them apples? Absolutely.
Cool.
All right. So you've got yourself $1,000. You still have all your lifelines in play. You want to go for $2,000?
Sure I do.
Let's do it. Question number 6 of 15 coming up. Here it is. Dr. Benjamin Spock is credited with writing the first modern book on what subject in 1946? Childcare, weight loss, depression, quitting smoking.
I thought you were going to put an answer, nerve technology or something to that effect. Oh, wait, wrong Spock. Anyway, no, it's A, childcare, final answer.
You just won $2,000. Well done, sir.
Yep.
Yep. Called
Really? Really? That, I did not know that.
Yeah,
I
isn't that
didn't
a fact? Yeah.
Wow. I did not know that at all.
Okay.
All right. You've got yourself $2,000. Question number 7 now for $4,000. You're doing just fine. Here it is. What TV producer's famous logo had the image of a mythological creature with the head of an eagle and the body of a lion?
Okay.
Aaron Spelling, Stephen J. Cannell, Merv Griffin, Alan Landsberg.
You would give a game show aficionado this one, wouldn't you? That is Merv Griffin Productions. C, final answer.
Just won yourself $4,000. Well done.
I'm like, if you got that wrong, I would have killed you.
I would have said WLTI all about that. I would have.
Yeah, I know, but you didn't, so
As Alex Trebek says, if you got this wrong, I would die. All right. Question number 8 now for $8,000. You're looking just fine, Jason. You're doing a great job. Here it comes.
Thank you.
What toy manufacturer has produced the famed G.I. Joe action figures since 1964? Mattel, Kenner, Hasbro, Galoob.
Anybody remember the infamous Eddie Murphy routine talking about the G.I. Joe figure with the Kung Fu grip?
Yes.
Okay. G.I. Joe was part of also that cartoon line in the 80s with Transformers, which is all made by Hasbro. C, final answer.
You are doing so well. You just won $8,000. Good job.
Mm-hmm.
That is right. Yep. In fact, Hasbro invented the term action figure just for G.I. Joe.
Yes. It's not a doll. It's an action figure. Yes.
Exactly. So it's okay to play with it, kids.
Mm-hmm.
All right. You've got yourself $8,000. All your lifelines still in play. Question number 9 coming up.